Hi everyone, I'm Yi. I think many people say that their parents were their first teacher, but for me, my grandma was my first teacher. The most impressive thing in my mind was my grandma's teaching and caring. At that time, because my two little brothers were born, my father also was out working for the family, and my mom was the only one at home to take care of three of us. So she could not take care of three children. Then she took me to my grandma's house for her to take care of me. So that's why she was my first teacher because I was raised up by my grandma. So for me, the most memorable is my grandma. And my feeling for my grandma may be greater than my mom's. Gradually, my dad got a job in the city. So they brought me back to the city for education. So I had to leave my grandma from village to city. Although I occasionally went back to visit her, but as I got older, I also started busy with my studies. I visit my grandma only 1 or 2 times a year, like Chinese New Year or her birthday. I also went abroad to study in 2003. So in 2007, my whole family went to visit my grandma because I came back from the USA. When I saw my grandma, I couldn't believe that the old woman with white temple and deep furrow like wrinkle in front of me was my lovely grandma. Looking at her face full of traces of the year, I couldn't control my tear. I always remember what she had taught me and cared for me. So I would talk a little bit my grandma's brave and hard work and kindness. She is a very brave woman. I haven't seen my grandfather since I was born because my grandfather died when he was young. However, she was brave enough to bear the burden of the whole family because of her four children. I think grandma was a very strong woman. She also was a traditional rural woman who never went to school and was illiterate. But in my opinion, grandma was a truly capable individual who could not do anything, who could do everything. She was capable to do everything from needlework, cooking, and laundry to working in the field. And it was through her influence that I learned to cook laundry in a very early age. Despite her many hardships, she was always upbeat, never complained others and God, and spent her life being helpful to others, which is admirable. My grandma worked so hard for her life. She always made all chores in advance. Besides housework, she also had to plant the field and work. She even took me to work in the field. When she was busy, she just give me a branch and let me draw on the field band. But she just see me sometimes when she was working. At that time, she also was working inside a small clinic in our village. She also took me to work. And I remember that time there's a small alley behind. So she just let me to play over there to wait for her to finish her job. And my grandma was a very kind person also. Her kindness is come from her heart. She got along very well with her neighbors. She was a kind person, always willing to help others. So when people were in trouble, they often went to her for help. She was respected by all her neighbors. All her neighbors often said, my grandma is a warm heart person. So as I remember, she is a kind, brave, and hard worker. I'm so happy that I have such grandma. So from my childhood, it was very interesting. The memory is all the impression of my grandma's house with her busy bag, her kind smile, and the delicious food she cooked for me. There are many good memories. and I grew up and chilled under the love of my grandma. Although I have grown up, my grandma still loved me like a child. Even though I haven't seen her for many years since I came to USA, like around 13 years, I think. But her voice and smile had always been with me, and her simplicity and bravery have always influenced me. And of course, also the quality of being kind has guided me also. I miss her so much. I wish there's one day I will see her. Lucky sometimes I can reach her. I hope she's healthy and can wait for me to see her one day after pandemic. Thank you.